Hey folks, Nina here, and today I'll be doing a video about why humans in general are not responsible for the environmental damage. Now, everybody hearing that will probably be going a bit balmy, and will obviously be saying, well, how is that even the case? There were humans who destroyed the environment, and you're right that there are humans destroying the environment, but what I want to tell you guys is that it's not all humans, and that there really is a certain group of humans that are doing this. And quite recently, and I want to make this video because quite recently, and well, even for a long time actually, I've been getting quite irritated, even as far as quite I've been a bit livid about these idiots, these people who keep saying humans are the worst species on Earth. Well, I'll put it into a mature level. They all say things like humans are the worst species on Earth. It's all humans don't care about the environment, and anything related to the saying that pivots to the fact that all humans, even those who don't condone it, are contributing to the climate crisis, and that annoys me. And that's not just because it's generalization. Generalization is factually problematic and has caused more harm than good in our lives, and it's something that we as humans should avoid doing. It's something we should stop doing. Okay? Now, about with climate change, the cause of the climate crisis and why it happens is because obviously when we release too much emissions, like, I'm not an expert on these things, but what I do know so far is that these things are happened by too much release of emissions, like carbon monoxide or any gases like smoke, anything that lies under carbon, causes there's greenhouse gases. It causes global warming, and global warming will exceed quicker should we continue to exploit minerals and and release emissions. And it's bad. It causes acid rain. It causes heat wave. It causes a higher level of temperatures, rising sea levels. And when you look at it, when you really give time to research how bad climate change really is, then it's upsetting. And I hope you do something about. I hope you take your time to contribute to the society, to telling the governments, the people, people of power, the rich, etc., the privileged people, just fund societies where they can prevent this. Now, I mentioned governments and the people of power. Why I did not mention everyone, and you should, and why I didn't mention all humans, because the real culprit of the climate crisis, the real culprit of environmental damage, is really down to a group of people and an ideology, even this majority of people called the rich, the privileged, and politics, because politicians are rich and overly privileged in the air. Now, the people like me, people who are not rich, those as far as, and I'm not in poverty, I'm not poor. I'm just saying, the lower you go, you have, I don't know if this sounds right, but please criticize me if I do, but in terms of lower class, you have the poor, even as low as, sadly, low as in poverty, people in poverty. the poor, and even people, well, basically anyone who is not privileged, as in not overly privileged, not like rich or has power, not of a higher rank. And when I said people like me, that means I mentioned that I'm a working class person. I'm not middle class, I'm not upper class, I'm just, a working class person. Now, I live in a society where I have to pay bills, I don't have power over anyone, and I have minimal allowance, and I have to buy, I have to shop, I have to listen, and what people would often call a humble lifestyle, and I'm very proud of it. And we have said that we are the least contributing, even as far as not contributing to the climate crisis. In fact, we are the ones suffering underneath it. Because whatever comes out of the climate crisis affects us, and does it not even in fact it affects the rich. Now, how the powerful people cause this is more under how that when you're a person of power, like we all know that the climate crisis, environmental damage is caused by power. When you change something, when you develop, when you use machines, and in the 21st century we have the appropriate technology and possibilities to carry on with our normal lives without hassling or hurting the environment. And because we have the possibility of doing that, the thing is, it's cost a lot of money, and to innovate with more environmentally friendly technology and to move us into a more greener future, the only people who can be capable of making this possible in terms of power, is the government, the rich, because, well, the government who are rich have enough money to afford sustainable transport and machines and the technology, as well as when you're of that rank, you're in a position where you can make the rules, you can make laws and pass laws, you can tell, we're basically the ruler of everyone, basically. And when you have such privilege where you can have, ultimate, just control, and you can consider what to do because you're the leader, then you have the position where you can, take down what's damaging the environment and listen to your citizens and invest in technology, invest in transport and new laws which will make investing in laws, passing laws and regulations where when new technology has been innovated, this new technology will make it feasible, will facilitate the process of a greener future by using means of technology and machines, etc. Transport where where it's environmentally friendly, and that's that really. Now, the unfortunate thing is, governments around the world aren't listening to us. In fact, we tell them that, we tell them this truth, and we protest for the right reasons. But they just lock us up in jail. Okay, they shut us up, they silence us, and we've exposed them, and they've never admitted it. And that's just so weak and so stupid. We do not like governments. I don't like my government. I hate them, in fact. I don't support them. And many governments in the world aren't listening to us, and this is why we need to keep fighting. Don't ever call Greta Thunberg the W word. I'm sure you guys will know what the W word means. I do not want to say it. I find it very disgusting. You just call us these ridiculous words and we're trying to tell you this is what's happening. Stupid, innit? yeah. So the rich and the government are responsible for all of this because they're not doing anything. They're not investing in technology, and even if they say we do, and I've heard many people saying, "Well, they are investing in something. We are investing in technology." Well, are they? Since I've never seen emissions go down, I've never seen recovery. All this good news as of recent. I've never seen, even if I've seen a little bit, that we need a global effort. I've hardly seen any of it. Like I said, I'm not an expert or anything, but I've hardly seen any national effort. I've seen no global effort. I've seen no global effort. I've seen none of that. And it's really makes me angry, makes everybody angry. It's a disgrace, honestly, But to get back on the topic of how all humans aren't responsible, this is why, okay, the lower class, even many lower class people are least responsible, which means none of them are responsible. And yes, we drive cars that, run on petrol, they release carbon emissions, which, of course, like I said, those kinds of things are contributing to the climate change. And people often argue, well, you're contributing to the climate crisis even if you don't think you are, because you drive cars, use electricity. Well, no, okay, because you didn't choose for that car to run on petrol, okay? We don't have enough, vehicles. We may have hybrid and electric ones, but we don't have enough, and they're expensive, and we can save enough, yes, but we don't have a choice, and we can avoid, transport, and that's a thing, but we didn't choose for that to run on petrol, okay? We don't have the privilege to change that, we didn't make the decision, and even ourselves, we don't like it, so we're not contributing. The only people actually, if there's a prime minister, president, leader, whatever, at least one of them, and the group, which is the government, who are responsible, they are responsible because they are not doing anything, they're not investing. They should be the ones changing that and investing in more greener technology, okay? Because they have the privilege and the power to lead us into a greener future. They have the power. People who are lower class like me, people who are lower class, every lower class person does not have that power, okay? And we can't do anything about it, unfortunately. The only people who can make a change is people of power. Alright? And I'm trying not to get a bit mad, but to those people, well, to anyone who is one of those I hate humans, you are all responsible people coming onto this YouTube, once you've watched this video up to this far, stick it up your piping smokes. I do not want to hear any more comments about humans being stupid, or that the worst species on earth, or that we need to kill them all. I want to hear none of that at all. None of that at all. None of that at all. And if I see any comments of that on my... If I see any comments of that, it'll be deleted. It'll be deleted. Be gone. Be gone. Non-existent. Pure ashes. Gone. Anyway. That's all off my chest. And, yeah. So that was, my explanation. And I really hope... Like I said, I'm not really an expert on everything. But this is something I've been figuring out and practicing to talk about for a while. And, yeah. If you have watched this video up to this point, thank you for watching this. If you liked this video, please leave a like. If you didn't, please leave a dislike, and yeah, I'll see you soon. I know I copied that from Callum's Corner, but you know, I might create my own outro, not one of those music ones, but just some things like, you know, and I'll see you soon. I think a smiling thing is just more of a, you know, I don't really care. It's like a it's like a waving goodbye. Actually, I will wave a goodbye.